Welcome back, everybody, to a very special edition of Interview with a Roadie. This is my series where I get to sit down with artists, band members, other roadies, and anybody else in the music industry, and we just have conversations about whatever we want. And today, after months and months of lining up schedules and figuring out the right time to do this, I finally got to sit down and have a conversation with Nico and Kevin of Eskimo Callboy. And honestly, it's hard to believe that in the grand scheme of things, I barely know these guys other than just short conversations I've had with them on social media, because sitting here and talking with them, it feels like we've just been friends for years and we're just talking about random stuff, man. We could have gone way longer than the actual time that we sat here and did this, but they have a schedule. You guys on YouTube have certain attention spans and probably wouldn't watch it much longer, but this was great, man. We talked about a lot of their upcoming stuff, the recent success of all of their music videos they've been releasing, Nico joining the band and what it's done to their chemistry, recording a new album and how their songwriting process is, their upcoming European tour, a possible US tour, and along the way, just had tons and tons of laughs, man. I enjoyed myself. I hope you guys enjoy it. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this next 50 minutes or so with myself and Nico and Kevin of Eskimo Callboy. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today I have two very special guests that I've been waiting to get on here for a while. Kevin and Nico. Fun? Eskimo Callboy.
That's right.
Is that the right way? Okay. Dude, the I was sitting here for a second like, from? So I was like, auf? No, fun. Like
fun.
I've been trying, man.
You started to learn German, or what is it?
So yeah, once all the Germans started showing up on my YouTube channel, I was like, you know what? I'll start learning a little bit of German here. And I was doing really good for a while. I was using Duolingo on my phone. But then once our daughter was born and time kind of got lost, I haven't done it as much anymore. But there are certain things that I'm still like picking up on. Like I can do simple greetings and like quick conversational stuff, but nothing like if I went to Germany right now, I would not handle myself well.
Sometimes it's cool enough just to pretend you can speak German.
Yeah.
Just imitating it, like. Kannst du
What's been really fun though is like talking to some of the other musicians I know from Germany, and kind of bouncing stuff back and forth. So I'll actually have some of my German friends that I know that are good with English. They'll still every now and then be like, what's the best way that I would say this word in English? So it's kind of cool to help each other out like that. Like
perfect. Yeah.
And I don't want to assume that everybody knows English, but it does seem like most everybody I've encountered from Germany is like great at English, but everybody still apologizes for it. They're like, sorry, I don't speak English that well. I'm like, you guys are speaking it better than most Americans I know. So.
It's a big thing because it's the first foreign language that you learn here in Germany, and when you're bad, it refers to your bad school skills. Like your bad grade at school. So when you're bad in English, it means that you're not good at school. I think this is the reason for it.
Yeah.
But we're not the best here in Europe. There are a lot of Scandinavian countries. You couldn't tell if they're English or whatever.
The Netherlands are much better than we are.
I mean, I was so shocked when I this whole YouTube thing has turned into something I never thought it would. And we have a Discord server on the side that a lot of people hang out on, and there's always people on there from Netherlands, Finland, Estonia, Sweden, Germany, Austria, all over the place, and everybody speaks great English. All of them. Like it's mind-blowing.
It's the first global language. So
yeah, and it's crazy because where I grew up, the only foreign languages we were offered in school was like, I think Spanish and French, and I took Spanish. And
Spanish is cool because it's you have a Spanish-speaking language.
Yeah, we have a lot of Spanish speaking communities here and stuff like that, but I think it messed me up because with Spanish, you roll your R's really hard. And then with German, it's been like throwing me off with stuff.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, you know what I used to speak a little bit French, and I used to go on vacation in France, but and I could speak a little bit French, but now when I went back to France, my brain still thought I could speak French, but I couldn't. So I started some words in French, and then I turned into English because I missed the words. You know what I mean? Like
it's all about practice, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
You speak that language over and over again. I think it's like. Yeah, you're getting used to it.
And although we try to speak proper English, you should never order some bread in a German supermarket or something. And you'd be disappointed. You'd absolutely disappointed.
So let's diving into your music with that. All of your lyrics up until the recent video we saw with Callboy were, they're all English. And is there a certain process that you go through when you're writing lyrics? Do you have somebody check them, or do you like?
Yeah, we do. We actually have an American friend, and the thing is, we have not all our lyrics being checked by him because we're chaotic guys. So we have to deliver lyrics tomorrow, and
it's a German sense of humor. If there's something. Not exactly correct. So
but usually we ask our friend John. His name is John, and we always ask him when we're not sure with some some grammar stuff. And because when we write lyrics, sometimes you are allowed to do mistakes for just
for the humor. I don't
not only humor, but for aesthetics. When it fits better in a text, you're somehow allowed to do mistakes. So, for example, I don't know, you can teach me otherwise, but in some rap songs, they are missing the form of to be, like I am gonna do something, and they just say I gonna.
Yeah. But when you hear that with American rappers sometimes too.
Yeah.
Like, and they do that specifically, I think, for the flow of their lyric style. Sometimes you'll remove words just so it sounds better or it fits better. But like, I've had German, some of the artists I've gotten to know from Germany, now that I know them well, I've actually had a couple that are writing stuff that have texted me and said, hey, here's a phrase of lyrics I'm writing. Does this make sense? And I'm like, it makes sense, but if you switched out this word with this word, it would make more sense, like stuff like that. There's actually one line in one of your songs that I noticed recently when I was listening to The Scene. In the pre-chorus, the line is living on the fast lane.
Yeah.
And I noticed that, and I was like, the phrase that we know would be living in the fast lane. And I was that was one of those things where I was like, I wonder if that was just to fit the sound, or if I wonder if that was like kind of a translation thing.
Of course, we intended to do that. It was our free will to do that.
Dude, that song, by the way, I don't know how lately, but I've been listening to a lot of your older stuff, and like, for some reason, The Scene is the one that really stands out to me. Like, I love that song. Just the whole vibe of it, and like the chorus is really big and stuff like that. What's funny to me, and please don't take this as an insult, but
no, sure.
I know you won't. The stuff that you're doing now compared to some of your older stuff is like so different. Like last time I talked to you guys, and you told me that one of the most popular songs that fans want you to play live is Muffin Purper Gurk. I went and listened to that song, and I was like, why is it this song that people want to hear? Because compared to what you're doing now, I wouldn't even throw that song in your set list.
When did you release this song?
Oh, I can't even remember. 2012.
Early.
I don't even know. 12. I think it's 12.
I was gonna say 12, but I didn't know. But yeah, dude, and
I think it's like a bit nostalgic for the people that really love that song. So I think that's it. I mean, why do we love stuff like, I don't know, From First to Last, or the used or the used is too cool.
Absolutely, always cool. You always connect feelings to music, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's not about the song. Sometimes it's about the feelings I had when I first listened to it, or the time that I listened to it. You know?
Dude, fantastic point, man. Because there's stuff that like, and I think a lot of it is, there's a certain age range for a lot of people when they discover music, and I think it's like the teenage years. It's between like 12 and 20. The stuff that you discover then, because you're going through so many emotions and stuff like that, you can really latch onto that. I mean, one of my favorite bands ever is In Flames, and there's an entire album from them from like 2006 that I have a difficult time listening to because I was going through a really difficult time emotionally in my life, and I feel those feelings again when I hear that album. It's crazy.
Oh yeah.
Like,
oh yeah.
The same with I love the Black Album of Metallica.
Yeah.
But I don't like Metallica.
Yeah.
Just because the Black Album was one of the first records that I've listened to. So it's for me it's like one of the best records I've ever heard. But I don't like Metallica.
Or something different. You remember music that you listened to when you were younger, and you haven't listened to it for a while, and you remember it as something very, very great, and you know it was such a good song.
Yeah.
And then like 8, 9, 10 years later, I need to listen to that song again, and you listen to it, and it's like very disappointing because the sound is trash, and the song itself is trash. I mean, why did I like it so much? I mean, I can refer to the feelings, but I can't understand myself anymore.
Dude, I don't know. One of the earliest songs I ever remember hearing in my life, like one of my earliest memories, was Knocking at Your Back Door by Deep Purple. Deep Purple is like one of my dad's favorite bands.
Yeah.
And it's like, when I hear that song now, like 30 years later, it reminds me of like literally being a kid in my parents' house. Like it's crazy. So one of the things I wanted to kind of talk to you guys about, and this is kind of a statement and a question, but like I've brought this up to people on my channel that and this refers to like the music you're doing now, there are times where bands have lineup changes where even though they've been going for a while and doing good, you all of a sudden see things that just click really hard. And I've pointed it out recently with Will joining Lorna Shore. And I've told people too, even though bands like Nightwish have been big for a long time, I think it's kind of undeniable that when Floor joined that band, they got even bigger than they already were, and that stuff happens. And I think, at least from my perspective, we're seeing that with you guys right now. And lineup changes aren't necessarily super negative. They don't need to be, like artists go on to do other things. But I feel as though ever since Nico has joined the band, you've seen more of the like chemistry and everything just firing on full cylinders. Do you guys feel that? Do you guys feel as though that chemistry is there now? Yeah.
For me, we were very, very afraid of what's going on in our band and what would happen after we lost our singer. The thing is, how can I explain it? It's very, it was a hard time for all of us, you know? And ever since Eskimo Callboy existed, it was our big plus that we had so many influences from everybody being creative in the band, which means 6 members, and everybody was the same. This was always our big plus because this was what made our music so special, because there was a guy like Daniel, he always likes heavy metal, and then the electro guys and so on. But this became our biggest problem because the compromise became too big, and it had a negative effect on the music after that. And I can tell you from my perspective, when after this hard time of not knowing what's going to happen with the band, are we able to do it anymore? The little baby of 10 years, will it end here? And then Nico joined the band, and this simplicity came back. Like, it was so easy to write songs. It was felt natural.
That's exactly the feeling they gave me. I don't know how everything was when Sushi was still here, but right now, or the 2 years that I am in this band, were so good, so great, and everything felt easy.
Yeah, of course,
very very easy because and I don't know. We have a very good chemistry. It's such we have such a good time here, and the only thing that was a problem for me was that I knew that I have to fill big footsteps, and that I really didn't know if I can handle it. That was my struggle.
Yes, it was a challenge.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't mean that we don't have hard times in the studio.
Yeah.
You know, it's more about finding a common path, you know, like to be able to, find compromise. And there are still some songs, like this has always been the case in Eskimo Callboy. There are some songs that start pretty well and you think this was going to be the best song in the world. And then it's in the Dropbox for 1 week, or 4 weeks, 2 months, and we need to finish that song. Okay, and it's becoming a pain in the ass, and in the end, it won't even make it on the album. But
it's possible.
Yeah. But the big thing is for us that we managed to solve that problem. You know, like to.
On the other hand, we have songs like Hypa or our new song, Pump It, that I don't know are finished in 3 days.
Yeah, that's why. And you know, with everything you guys were just saying, it's like the point that I'm trying to make that I want like the viewers that see this to understand is there are certain moments with bands lineups where it doesn't matter what the reason was for it being changed out or anything like that. It's just there are just certain moments where it's the perfect lineup of people that were tailored to be in that band together. And I think that's where you're at now. And again, like I personally, because I told you guys this, I'm also friends with Sushi as well. I think it was just great overall for everybody to do what they're doing now. You guys are firing on full cylinders. Sushi put out a great album by himself. Like, I think for people to understand, like what people need to understand is that like, it's not always a bad thing. It's it's not always a bad thing. And Nico, you've been around the German music scene for a while too. And like to some Americans that may not be familiar with the German music scene, you might have come out of nowhere, but like, I kind of want you to explain how this happened because you already knew you've played shows with Eskimo Callboy and, you know, Daniel had produced some of your stuff. Like, how was it that you fell into joining the band?
Right now it feels pretty good. Like I said, for me, it was like, sounds strange, but the last chance to make music professionally. And like you said, I knew this or know these guys for, I don't know, 10 years right now.
Yeah.
We toured together with my old band, To the Reds and Wolves, in 2012, the first time, and played 2 more tours through Europe and a couple of festivals. So we know each other pretty well. We recorded 2 of our albums with Daniel. So yeah, everything was pretty familiar, but on the other hand, everything was new. I don't know.
You have to get to know each other better, you know, because just being on tour is one thing, but being in a room together and writing songs and
working together,
this is something very different. And you know, it was to have a new member in the band generally was very we had to get used to that idea first. And but you know, as it is sometimes, you get to know people and you immediately notice that it's working. You know, like when we first talked, it was like after the interview, we talked for 30 more minutes because it was fun. You know, it was just not.
It felt natural
or something.
So there's so many funny things. I don't know. The first couple of months, it was pretty hard for me to say Eskimo Callboy is my band, or I'm
in Eskimo Callboy,
in this band right now. It was more like, hey, you are Eskimo Callboy because you founded it. You it's your band. I don't know. You're doing this for 10 years, and you're here, and I'm here. You know, because I did nothing till now. Nothing.
Yeah, but it's interesting though too, because like from my perspective, from being a roadie, like teching for bands, the same kind of things almost happen when we work for different bands. Like I've gone and worked for bands where I've met them and I know them and I know their crew guys really well, but the second you step into the environment with everybody, it's different because you're in a working environment and you have to get to know them better at that point. But I think it's safe to say you're doing just fine, because like from what we've seen from you guys in the last couple of years, like okay, you brought up Hypa, and I got to ask. I don't want to spend too much time on it because it's been a couple years now, but like, did you guys expect that was going to blow up the way it did?
Not at all.
Okay.
No.
I mean, that was ridiculous.
Absolutely. And as I told you, being so scared about it, we could have trashed Eskimo Callboy with that song, this was our first song with Nico.
Yeah, it was
as
immediately
our singer.
after the announcement.
Yeah. And it was our first song. Everybody that laughed or used to laugh Eskimo Callboy would watch this song and would check this song, and not only as a new single, but also as, am I still a fan of Eskimo Callboy? Everybody asks themselves this question. And I remember being on a little vacation in the Netherlands when we had the release, and it was like I was so excited and scared about how the people would react to it. And it was like refreshing the comments and refreshing. My wife at home was like, hell, we have a vacation here. Could you just close the laptop? And I was like, get out of here,
dude.
No, actually, I was sitting at home, and I don't know. I was so afraid, really, because the fact that I didn't know if they will accept me as their new singer, if they will like the new records, if they will like the re-recordings of the old songs. I don't know. It was
we had a plan B that Nico doesn't know about. If the song would not have worked, we would have told the people that it was all Nico's plan and Nico's idea, and that we're searching for a new singer.
Blame the new guy. Dude, and
blame the new guy.
By the way, which one of you guys, I don't know if somebody's doing this intentionally. It would be funny if you were. Okay. Who keeps putting the thumbs up on the screen?
I don't know. Our program always tells us that we're about to raise our thumb, and I don't know why.
It's been going on and off. It's been going on and off, and I was like, I wonder if one of them is sitting here doing that.
No. Our program keeps telling us you're about to raise a hand, and I'm like, okay, why not? Why not?
Yeah, I mean, it's not bothering anything, but I keep seeing it in the corner of the screen, and I'm like, which one of them is trying to mess with me right now? So the funniest part about Hypa was, so Hypa was the third reaction video I ever did on my channel. And I think I've told you guys this, but I never planned on doing reaction videos. I just was like doing YouTube stuff when I was bored. But one of my friends that I toured with was like, hey, have you seen Hypa? And I was like, I have no idea what that is. He's like, oh, it's this band called Eskimo Callboy. I'm not going to tell you anything else. Just check it out. And I seriously remember, like, in the first 10 seconds of that song, I think I remember even saying, I'm like, am I getting trolled right now? Like, with that intro? And then when it came in, I was like, oh, holy shit. And then diving into the other music and stuff. And then every release that we've had since then, man, the thing I love the most about you guys is that it seems like you guys are having so much fun, man. I mean, the smiles you're putting on people's faces it's just, dude, it's incredible to like watch people online talk about your band right now, because with a lot of bands in the metal scene, you get a lot of tough guys. You get a lot of people that they don't want to be goofy. They don't want to do stuff like that because they're worried about that, we want to be hard image.
Yeah, they're much too masculine for it.
Yeah, and for lack of a better way of putting it, it's pretty much an American thing. But
it's German thing
as well.
Okay.
German thing as well.
Like, because we have a lot of those bands in the U.S. where, like we talked about, like T-shirt bands, where it's like you get a lot of black T-shirts and a lot of black jeans, and guys just looking tough, and that's fine. There's a place for that, but I love when bands like you guys just embraced like the fun and the creativity with the humor and do stuff, because like it's developed a very unique sound as well, because like even when we've had quite a few music videos since Hypa, but like when We Got the Moves came out, it's like right away, I think the question when you guys started doing big music video releases was, are they going to keep doing Hypa? And the thing I loved about We Got the Moves is that it was musically, it was so unique with all the different influences and stuff. And even the video, man, the only thing it has similar to Hypa is the fact that you guys were just being goofy and having fun.
Yeah.
You know what? We really like to do it. We really love to do it.
Yeah.
Creating new sounds or new ideas for new looks, new outfits.
New characters.
I mean,
I don't know. It's a lot of fun.
This is the main reason why we originally started the band. I mean, we were bored from all the tough looking guys in the metal scene, and we thought, why not have danceable metal, have a band that, we don't give a shit about all the tough guys. We just being goofy. But, and this is one thing, we evolved throughout the years. We had this goofy part of Eskimo Callboy, but also we had some quite serious songs. And at the moment, we still have. At the moment, we love to do that goofy side a lot more than the other side, but we're still having the wish to do more serious stuff as well.
Yeah,
and it's not about giving the people what they want. It's more about in what mood we are in it currently.
Yeah, a good example of that to me is Crystals. That's a good example of that, where it's like that's just your straight, even though there's a lot of electronic influence, that's your straight just metal song. Like that's your metalcore song, and like that's one of my favorites as well, man. I just musically and I love the chorus to it. Musically, I think it's great, and you have those different songs all throughout all of your albums and stuff. And it's really cool.
Like Prism or Hate Love or I don't know.
So really quick, while we were talking about We Got the Moves, where did the influence from that look come from?
First of all, I know that some people told us we looked like Oliver Tree.
Yeah, and we have the same hair.
We have the same. So
it's a fact.
Yeah.
But originally we thought about the Beatles, and we wanted this bowl cut because of the Beatles. This was our first thought. We have to look weird with this Beatles bowl cut. And right after that, people told us that's quite close to Oliver Tree. But then we thought,
we wanted to look like the less attractive you can look, Like, and I think we did it.
I mean, it's right when that video started and it had that first pan out of all of you guys together. I was just dying laughing, because it's like I saw a lot of people say it reminded of them almost like Devo too. Like and there was something else that somebody said, but I was just like, oh yeah, I see that. But I mean, dude, it's just fun. And I thought it was hilarious. And now we've got, from the time we're filming this, Pump It comes out in 5 days. By the time people watch this, Pump It will have just come out. I have not seen it. I'm going to watch it probably. I'm going to film my reaction to it Friday and watch it like everybody else. But I have watched the vlogs that you guys have done with it. And I have to really just give you guys credit for this. That first vlog where you guys started it off with the ending of We Got the Moves into Patrick yelling at you guys. I mean, that was, to me, that's genius creativity. Like, was that always a plan, or did you guys decide while you were there, like, hey, let's do this?
No, we planned the end of that video, and we knew already that Pump It will be
the third single.
And
was it?
Yeah.
Second. The second single. Sorry.
Who's back there?
Yeah, Hypa was the first.
He's Pascal. He's in the back. He's
taking Pascal's back there.
He's taking a little. Oh. Hello, Pascal.
There he is. What's up, dude? Just lounging. Oh man.
Sorry.
Sorry. Continue. Sorry.
But I have to tell you, working on that single and this album, we've never been so organized when it comes to where, when, and what. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like and having this bodybuilder guy Patrick in this little trailer. Yeah, it was fun for the video, but
I was never so annoyed.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, really. It was exhausting. It was
absolutely,
I don't know, way too much sport, way too much movement for me. It was hard to learn all the choreographic scenes. It was just hard to do anything.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a lot of fun, but it was really hard.
I love that you guys put that little stuff in there, though. Like, a lot of the choreography that you guys have had in the videos is really cool. And I noticed in the video you guys did with Kala as well, like, there's some of those choreographed scenes that are already becoming iconic. You're seeing people on YouTube doing the... like, and
he's a dance teacher.
Yeah, dude, I found that out.
He used to be, yeah.
Yeah, I found that out. So my wife has been a dance teacher and a choreographer her entire life. And when I told her that, I was like, she's like, the YouTuber guy? Like the streamer? I was like, yeah, Kelly. And she's like, no
He's
way.
So good. He's so good.
He doesn't look like the typical dance teacher, but he is so flexible and so he really got the moves, and and we're very. It was very much fun to work with him.
Oh,
and for the new song we have. Do you in America? Do you know Zumba?
Oh yeah, like dude, that shit's huge here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We had a girl that is like she's like.
I hated it before. Yeah. Now, really, I never want to see it again. I never want to do it again. I just hate it. Yeah. Really. Really.
So, man, there was something I was going to ask. We were talking. We brought up Patrick. Mm-hmm. How did you guys already know him? Because he's from your area, right?
Yeah, my wife used to go to gym with his sister.
Okay.
And he was still he was always around. And when my wife, it's like 5 years ago, went to the gym last time.
I can relate to that at this point.
Yeah. Patrick was 5 years younger, and he's not too old right now. So he was a boy, like a little bit, some muscles, but not that much. And 5 years later, he was like, hey,
yeah, he's a big dude.
Standing in his shadow, really. He's so tall and just like.
But he's such a nice guy.
Yeah.
You always tend to think of people that are a little bit bigger and maybe look tough. You think they have no feelings at all, you know, like
he's so polite and
absolutely.
Totally. I don't know. He's just very a friendly, good guy.
Yeah. I've actually talked to him on Instagram a few times, and he's been in the last couple of my Twitch streams, and he's just like super nice. Because I brought up in my little pop up on We Got the Moves, I just said who he was, and like he has a bodybuilding background and stuff, and he messaged me. He was like, that was really cool. He's like, nobody ever does that. They usually just talk about the band and stuff. And I was like, yeah, well, I mean, that's kind of what I do. But so with Pump It coming out, a few days from now, even though your last few music videos have been wildly successful, is it still nerve-wracking for you guys to put out a new video?
Yeah. Because you always, you always will be judged by your last song. Like, can they do better? And we even do it. And this actually is no standard, you know. Of course, we aim for bigger, but it's more, the reason for it is more that we know how much work we put into it.
Yeah.
And we want it to be successful because this is the reward for our work. So if a song would be like, oh, we don't want
but
it.
It's always the same.
Absolutely.
Will they like that song? Will they like the video? I don't know. It's like Tom Hanks said. Life's like a box of chocolate. You never know. I don't know.
Now,
it's hard.
Now, since you got Pascal sitting back there, him and his brother directing this one too.
Yeah.
How easy is that to have a video director in your band that can just jump on all your stuff? No,
not always easy.
No, it's cool. It's cool because he's not the bad guy. His brother is the bad
brother.
guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's always like,
Ollie, I love you.
The thing is, we in Eskimo Callboy, we all very creative, and it's not that we say, yeah, you do the video, and we don't say anything at all. Everybody's involved, but as it gets more and more professional, not everybody can like decide stuff. Yeah. And at some point of the video shoot, and we have like to be fast because there's so much to do, then it's like, oh, couldn't we do this or that? And Ollie was always like, no, shut the fuck up, go this way and this way.
Always. It's like, I don't know. He's really the
you even argue with him, but afterwards he's like, hey, come on, I didn't mean it like that. You know,
I love you, really. But
that's like that reminds me of me when I'm.
What to do? I have to tell you on your mark.
That reminds me like when I was touring up until the pandemic. At one point, I was our stage manager for the guy that I was working for too, and I'd have to like scream at the opening bands if they weren't listening and stuff. And then later, I'd just be like, "Hey, like, come on, I didn't mean it. It's all cool. We're on tour." Like, yeah, I get it.
Sometimes it's necessary. Really.
Yeah, but this is even more impressive. When you explode. Yeah, you explode, and then afterwards, you have this psychotic look in your eyes, like, you can trust me. I'm not a bad guy, you know, but I have to do it. Trust me. This is.
If you want to talk, you can come. You can come.
Don't spill water, bitches.
You know, the thing is, we are a very chaotic band, so it's necessary to have someone like Ollie.
Yeah. No, dude, you always need somebody around you to be that person to like put their foot down and be like, this is how it has to be.
Exactly.
So after Pump It comes out, so you said second single from, what assuming is going to be the new album. I don't know how much details you can give out, but I know you guys have been in the studio. Is there a time frame where people can expect a new album to be coming out?
Yeah, we're playing. We shot a little making of behind the scenes for Pump It, and Pascal told in this behind the scenes, he told the people about the date for the release of the new album.
It's gonna be between
January and December 2022. Something.
Come on.
It's like having a release date is something like having a tour date. So you never know.
Yeah, for sure.
But what we can say is that we will drop some other singles.
Okay, cool.
But come on, we can more precise than that. Okay. Exclusively here, I think it
5 or 6 maybe.
Can we say something more precise?
It depends how long we take.
Oh yeah, it depends on how much time we take for finishing the song. You know? So, you know, as a musician, you know, sometimes you need deadlines to be creative, because it's like a paint a picture or something. There can be the last. Is it a stroke with a brush? You can, you know what I mean? Like
letzte
Pinselschlag. There's a point when you can
know.
do too much to a picture, you know, that ruins everything.
Yeah.
You have to have a point where
you can overwork a song, you can overthink a song.
You can overthink it for sure,
Yeah, so this is why we need deadlines, and we have a deadline for sending in our master.
It's Friday.
It's next Friday. There's 2 more songs to write.
To write?
Yeah, come on. Man. We're professional.
Just take the easy route and do a cover.
Yeah.
I mean,
we do some very creative acoustic version of some song that's still existing, that's already existing. Or like that. No, we're gonna take our time. That's what I'm saying. We're gonna take a time to make a very our best album. We always aim at that.
My first.
Yeah, your first album with Eskimo Callboy has to be a good one. We have all our hits already written. Yeah. This is some very calming situation, because we're always trying to do one more good song, but there is no need to have, you know, this one hit, because we already have them on the album, we think.
Yeah, I think that we have written. It's definitely the best record in my life.
Yeah.
and I also think it's the best record that Eskimo Callboy.
I don't know.
Eskimo Callboy have written.
Well, I'm super excited about it too because and Nico, I'm excited for you because this will be your first full album with the band.
Yeah.
Have you I don't think you have. I could be wrong, but have you done any full live shows with a crowd with the band yet or no? Oh my God, 2 years in the band. I mean, it's the time we're living in, but you guys do have a pretty awesome tour lined up coming up soon, man. I mean, hopefully everything kind of settles from where it's going right now and you guys are able to do that because recently on the channel I checked out Blind Channel as well, and I've done a couple of their videos, but I'm like, dude, the lineup on that tour, man, is I told Claire, I was like, oh, I really want to fly over to Europe.
We can't wait for that too, honestly. And
it has to happen.
You know what, we created something of a bubble. Sometimes I'm afraid of ourselves because everything got so big during pandemic, and there are so many people.
We play our first live show,
and you betray yourself, because the feedback that you get is so huge, and then you think, wow, the people like us. Come on, and then I imagine our first show, and we go on stage, everywhere flames, and we go on stage, and then so. Hypa, and we're like, shit, and it was just all fake.
Just imagine that nobody's still in the building after our first song.
Yeah.
Everyone's just gone.
You
just test everybody. Open with Hypa. And then and then you'll see then dude. And then
suck, dude. We suck. We should have had a rehearsal before.
Dude, I've actually been interested in seeing live shows too because that's what people don't.
You're about to raise your hand.
Oh no, yeah.
Are you raising your hand?
I'm sorry. We have just a very friendly Zoom program.
I don't know. Every 5 minutes, you're about to raise your hand.
I don't know if maybe it's because.
Oh my!
Woo! Oh shit, that was a bad joke.
We'll make a final call on that. We might edit that part out. So a lot of people, I'm interested to see live shows again because a lot of people. there's the thumbs up. A lot of people forget that before tours and stuff. Bands spend a lot of time rehearsing, man. And you got to think a lot of these bands that are out right now haven't played in 2 years. Could you imagine going to watch a football match or something and the whole team that's out there hasn't practiced in 2 years? I mean,
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
So, and then you guys have kind of brought it up and hinted at it, but it sounds like you're going to be over here in the US next year.
Oh yeah. Did we tell about that? Yeah, maybe.
I mean, a little bit. You guys definitely said US 2022, but that was about it.
Yeah. We have some plans, and they're pretty specific already. And
we're about to maybe. We're planning in just a little US tour.
Just to have these good tasting Whataburger burgers again.
Oh.
I love. Yeah, or In and Out.
I don't know what you're talking about because I've never been to the US.
They're building a Whataburger a mile from my house.
Oh
right
shit!
now, yeah.
I'd be much bigger than I'm.
Yeah, tell me more about it. It's okay.
It's triple meat, triple cheese, and then one of these root beers or what?
Yeah. So Whataburger is mostly known in Texas.
Can't wait.
Yeah. But they're starting to move. So down the street from my house, we have you ever had Chick-fil-A?
No.
Oh, you got to do Chick-fil-A.
Like I said, I've never been to the US.
Well, of course, I'm talking to Kevin.
Oh
yeah.
Dude, that's wild. No, hold on. Come back.
Come
back.
Dude,
that's actually kind of. I'm excited for you then because when I just talked to Hans from Feuerschwanz the other day, he told me, I was like, wait, have you guys toured in the US? And he's like, no, never. I was like, oh shit, that's one of the things I love about this explosion of YouTube and social media and stuff right now is that, at least for me, I won't speak for everybody else, but I think I know the answer. At least for me, I've discovered so much more music in the past year that I probably wouldn't have. And I think you're seeing it with a lot of other bands too, because a great example that I brought up to somebody recently was Orbit Culture from Sweden. They've never been to the US ever, but they just released a new EP, and that EP charted on 3 US Billboard charts on the first week. Because people have been sharing it and it's online and stuff like that. And I think so much music is being spread around right now that it's it's really helping. I think when you guys do come to the US, Nico, it's probably going to be a great first time for you, because I bet your shows here at this point would be really good with the way I'm hearing about you guys.
Really like about this time that the whole world is much more connected than it ever before.
Was. Yeah. Because you have the time. On the one hand, you have the time to check everything that's on the internet, and on the other hand, the artists have the time to create more stuff. So normally we would have been on tour like several times already, and we haven't finished our album at this point, and just imagine how far we would have went with some tours going on. So
2025.
Yeah, something like that. You can focus on one thing, and this is very helpful, and I love it. I mean, I listen to much more music. I as you said, I found out about many bands that I didn't know before, and it's just brilliant. And I think when there is a big offer of different bands, you have to be even better to what does it say, to be like recognized and noticed by people.
You need to stand out. For sure.
Yeah, you need to stand out. That was the word I was searching for. And but the quality just raised because of the situation.
Sure. So before I let you guys go, because I know you have other things to finish up this evening, and I don't like to keep you here too long, I always like to ask the artists, in your opinion, as somebody that's in the band, what is the best way that a fan of your band can do to help support your band? What would you suggest they do if they want to support you guys?
Watch our videos, get a ticket to see our shows next year.
I think there are like financial things. I wouldn't aim at that. It's much more important for us to spread the word about the band. You know, it's like show the band to your friends if you like it, or think about people that might like the band as well. So you know your friends. You know, like this one won't probably like it, but this one will.
I mean, that's how I discovered you guys. A friend told me. Yeah, like
this is the main thing that can help a band, especially when you're still a young band and not so popular. So this is how it needs to start.
Just play it on every party. Just I don't know, on every birthday.
This is an important point. We just talked a couple of days ago. We talked about, just imagine being a young band, just start a band, and you're trying to get big in these times. It's almost not possible, because you can have a wonderful video and you can have all those things on the internet, but what really counts is playing live. You can always.
It's hard enough. It's hard enough to create a real good video. It's hard enough to produce a good song. I mean, everything is. But it's pretty expensive.
Yeah, but this just creates something which makes the people go to concerts. But what happens at concerts makes you a fan, because you see that and you get all the emotions and the feeling. You say, "Wow!"
After the festival, you're talking about it. Look at this band; they were fantastic.
And this is not happening at the moment, so it's much more important to spread the word about the bands you like.
For sure, and that's where I think I'm not trying to give myself a pat on the back, but I honestly feel that reaction videos on YouTube right now are doing a lot of that work too, man. And I'll be honest with you guys, I don't watch other reaction videos that much. I don't like a lot of them. But what I will say about that is that I think it's undeniable that anybody doing a reaction, regardless of how they're doing it, whether they're just sitting there twiddling their thumbs and saying cool, they're still putting it out there for other people to see. And there's always a potential for people to become fans of that band. And I think that's really cool. But like you said, man, the social media sharing and all that, I mean, that's how I've discovered so much music. And, you know, once the COVID stuff starts lightening up, like, I can't wait to see you guys live, man. And for anybody that's watching this in Europe, I would highly suggest buying a ticket to that upcoming tour because it's, you know.
I mean, we can't wait to finally meet you too. So.
Yeah, dude, it'll be fun, man. I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll come out on the road for a little bit and we'll just hang out.
That would be perfect. We need to talk about that.
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, I'm semi-retired right now because of the kid, but you know, I'm
maybe
sure
we can reactivate you.
Like you can still hold the guitar,
yeah, exactly. Okay. So, well, guys, thank you so very much for taking this time out of your evening.
Thank you.
As a reminder to anybody that might be watching this that didn't see it, Pump It is out now. I'll throw a link down below where people can check that out.
Watch
too.
it.
And I can't wait. I can't wait to see it.
One last thing before we end. I have to share a truth with you. You remember the thumbs up?
Yeah.
When we always, whenever we got a thumb up, you secretly was sending us dick pics, right?
Why would you tell people that?
That is what the thumbs up were for.
Well, at least I know they were appreciated.
Nice one.
Oh man, dude. Well, this was an absolute blast, guys. Have a great rest of your evening. I can't wait to talk to you guys again, and bis später.
Yeah, bis später. All right.
See you guys.